When a man hurts you by ignoring you, what it really means, hey there, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a topic that many of us have experienced at some point in our relationships when a man hurts you by ignoring you. Whether it's silence after a disagreement or just an overall lack of attention, being ignored can be deeply painful. But what does it really mean when a man pulls away like this? Let's break it down. First, let's talk about the silence. Ignoring someone can often feel like rejection. And let's face it, when you're emotionally invested, it can be hard to understand why someone would do that. It's natural to start overthinking, did I do something wrong? Are they losing interest? The first thing to understand is that men, just like women, may withdraw for a variety of reasons. And it doesn't always have to do with you. Men and women sometimes have different communication styles. While women may want to talk things through, men might prefer to retreat and process emotions on their own. This isn't necessarily a sign of disinterest or malice. For some men, silence can be their way of trying to work through their thoughts before coming back with a clearer head. It's about emotional space, and some men just need that to avoid saying something they might regret. On the other hand, ignoring you can be a form of avoidance. If there's an ongoing issue or conflict that hasn't been addressed, a man might retreat because he's unsure how to handle the situation. It might not be about you at all. It's more about his own discomfort with the situation or fear of confrontation. He could be overwhelmed by the problem, unsure of how to fix it, or simply not ready to face it head on. Another possibility is emotional unavailability. Sometimes men may ignore you because they're not emotionally ready or willing to engage in the relationship at the level you need. This doesn't mean they don't care about you. It could simply mean that they're not able to give you the emotional support you deserve. It's crucial to recognize that emotional unavailability is not something that can always be fixed. People need to be ready to open up and be vulnerable, and if they aren't, it can lead to withdrawal and distance. Let's also acknowledge that sometimes being ignored is used as a tactic for manipulation. A man might ignore you intentionally to make you chasten, feel insecure, or make you question your worth. This is a toxic dynamic. If ignoring you is used as a way to manipulate your emotions or control the relationship, that's a major red flag. It's important to recognize this behavior and understand that you deserve a relationship built on mutual respect and healthy communication. If someone is constantly using silence as a way to gain power over you, it's time to reassess whether this relationship is healthy. So what should you do when a man hurts you by ignoring you? First, take a step back. Give yourself some space to breathe and process your own emotions. Don't chase after the silence or try to force a conversation if he's not ready to talk. Take care of your emotional well-being. Second, communicate your feelings when the time is right. Let him know how his behavior is affecting you. Be honest, but also try to be understanding of his need for space. Remember, relationships require open communication from both sides. Finally, know when it's time to walk away. If the ignoring turns into a pattern, or if it's part of a larger issue of disrespect or manipulation, you have the right to set boundaries and protect yourself. No one deserves to be in a relationship where they feel consistently ignored or undervalued. At the end of the day, when a man ignores you, it's important to remember that his behavior says more about him than it does about you. It's not a reflection of your worth or who you are as a person. Sometimes it's about what he's dealing with internally, and other times it's a signal that the relationship might not be what you thought it was. But regardless of the reason, you always deserve to feel heard, valued, and respected in your relationships.